Hey, it's Mercer, and this is the week in review for myfirst100.com. Let's go ahead and jump into a few different websites I thought you may have missed or haven't come across yet. Figured I would share them. These are posts mostly within the last week or so. There are a couple of older ones. In fact, our first one is definitely an older one. It's Mike Hill. Now, I don't know if you've heard of Mike Hill or not. Really great guy. He's done a ton of internet marketing stuff. He's been very successful for an incredibly long period of time. He wrote a great post about failure, and so I thought that would be worth checking out. Now, if his website is mikehillsblog.com, but it doesn't matter. I have all the links at the bottom of this video so you can take a look. Of course, on the blog post. If you're not on the blog post at myfirst100.com, you can find them there. But he did about a 10-minute video, and it really talked about failure. What I liked about it was that he talked that nobody really focuses on failure. Nobody talks about failure, but it is out there. It's not just an option. It's going to happen. It's going to happen a lot. And the difference between successful people, the people who are successful at internet marketing, and those who are not, really is how they deal with that failure. And he went on to share a very personal failure that he had very recently, which I thought was great. So thank you for leading by example for that. And check that video out, because I thought it was really well done. Now, the next one that we had, I'm going to switch my notes here real quick. Andy. Let's take a look at Andy Jenkins. Now, Andy Jenkins, for those who don't know, did the Video Boss. He's currently in his launch, or just finished up his launch of the Video Boss 2, now even bossier, and talks all about video. So, if you want to learn how to do what I'm doing now, then obviously you can grab his course. I think it's a great investment. Let's take a look at that. Now, this particular post talks about viral video marketing techniques, which again, if everybody wants their videos to go viral, that's what you're looking for. So this is something that I thought would be right up your alley, obviously. Putting yourself in the audience's shoes, he's got some great tips, obviously using social media, obviously making sure you've got permission from your audience, engaging with comments, and then tracking and testing. He's got some really great stuff. This article I thought was particularly good because it was relating to viral video marketing, but he does a lot of amazing stuff when it comes to his blog. He gives out a lot of great comments and suggestions and techniques, and I just think it's really worth subscribing to his list if you haven't already. So check out Andy Jenkins' blog, and again, you'll find the link at the bottom of the post here. Next on the list, as we flip through some notes, SEOMoz. SEOMoz, as you might imagine, is a website that's dedicated primarily to search engine optimization. This particular post is entitled Project Management Tips, and this is what they do on Whiteboard Fridays. This is a video, it's about 12 minutes long, and it talks about their style of organization for whiteboards. You can actually see right on the bottom here, this is great for project management. You can see where they have how they have their whiteboards organized in various projects. So if you have a staff, if you do a lot of outsourcing, I thought this might be an interesting technique. You could actually even use their techniques and adopt them if you're doing your own projects. Even if you're just a one-man show or one-woman show, you can clearly use these techniques, and I thought it was at least worth showing because you might be able to get some different tips from them. So SEOMoz, and again, you'll see the link at the bottom of the blog. Next up, I had now, there are actually two from this particular website. This is socialfresh.com, and again, you'll see the links to the post at the bottom of this. But a couple of really great takeaways. They just recently finished up Blog World Expo in New York. They have basically come up with 25 quotable takeaways because obviously they were there, they were reporting on it. Some great stuff here. I think that my favorite one is right in here. There are 5 building blocks of influence: having authority, relevance, audience, frequency, and emotion that Jason Keith had talked about. And so I think it's, again, worth real quick read, but definitely worth checking out that particular post. The other one was this one, and it was how to stop drowning in social share buttons. I thought this was a really great post because so many different ways to connect are out there. You've got tweeting and Facebooking and sending and sharing and liking. The Google Plus One is now out. You can, let's see, what else can you do? You can stumble upon, you can still dig. There's all these different things that are out there, and what they talked about was really, what's the goal? Do you really need to add these buttons? No, because it's going to clutter your site. So what are the best buttons to use? What are they really for? And then how do you keep it clean on your design? So definitely worth a great read on that one, and I thought that was worth checking out as well. Finally, from the Search Engine Roundtable, again, guess what? All about search engine optimization. This was a particularly interesting article on Google's take on user-generated content and quality. And the question that he asked Google basically was, how do you, when you're doing user-generated comment, a lot of it's misspelled. How do the misspellings affect the ranking? So if you have, for instance, maybe you run a forum, are those misspellings really hurting you when it comes to Google rankings? And the short answer, it seems, is really they kind of are. And in here, this is the response from Google right here, and it talks about what you can do to possibly kind of get around some of those issues. So I thought, again, really great article, some interesting ideas on how to change comments around, or how to make sure that your websites are really properly indexed and that the spelling's correct, because obviously people are looking for things and they're probably not misspelling them as often as people think they are. But anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this little take. I want to try to keep this up at least once a week, because I'm constantly, like I said, I'm scouring websites all the time, trying to come up with more information to really make things a lot easier for everybody out there. These were a few of the tops that I saw for this week, and hopefully you have a chance to check them out. Any comments you have, I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, stay tuned, stay connected. We'll see you on the next video.